You discuss Hollywood. I mean, where is it truly? There's a sign up there in the slope. Yet it doesn't actually exist here. Mel Gibson pummels Hollywood and discusses the way that it is presently not pertinent with most movie producers currently working freely going further. Mel even brought up the way that Hollywood separated what they plan to deliver, talking about Isurma's everything goes through a sort of a channel here. It resembles a kidney now. It seems as doubts could have been legitimized since it's being claimed that Netflix and Amazon have restricted a vital film that was made to safeguard kids. Netflix and Amazon just turned down Sound to Opportunity, one of the most famous motion pictures of the year. Not just has Hollywood probably attempted to disrupt the film and boycott it, they likewise attempted to transform subject into a kind of paranoid fear. Ought not be treated in a serious way. Yet that topic, it's similar to that piece of truth that channels the QAnon paranoid fear. Mel Gibson previously surrendered us a heads on how Hollywood attempted to channel and harm motion pictures. They could have done without, yet for what reason did Hollywood Sound of Opportunity? And how is everything turning out on for them? We should dive into the tea. It was made by Fox before the Disney procurement. So then Disney, they basically didn't deliver it. They would have rather not delivered it. They offered it to this other studio. And the studio truly needed to crowdfund to get a dramatic delivery. So well, all along apparently both Netflix and Amazon had been offered the opportunity to create the film. Yet they not just would not deliver it, they additionally wouldn't stream a large number of it. Was it first retired by Disney? Right presently, Sound of Opportunity has been a hit with crowds, yet tragically, it's required a long time to arrive at this point, with Disney having racked the film following their obtaining of Fox. Disney were the first merchants of the film. And since they decided not to deliver it, Holy Messenger Studios at last needed to deliver it themselves now. It looks like separated from Disney. Other potential wholesalers, specifically Netflix and Amazon, comparatively would not stream the film in spite of them being top organizations in Hollywood. Maker and entertainer Eduardo Verastegui made sense of as much by means of Breitbart, where he started by summarizing the situation with Disney and how they figured out how to return the privileges once again to the film. Sadly, it was still a remarkable excursion to the big screen. I removed the film from Disney, and afterward I began thumping entryways with Netflix, Amazon, and different studios, and they generally dismissed it. Some of them didn't answer my calls. I said, I have a vital task. This is for you. We believe the entire world should see it. And you have the stage, you have the right stage for this development. Kindly assistance us. There's no need to focus on the film any longer. It's not necessary to focus on me. It's about the kids. Eduardo, in a real sense, asked Hollywood to take on the venture with him, not for cash, but rather for the message and the way things plan to help youngsters all around the world. Yet the one spot that might have been a greater stage for the film turned it down. This might have been cash going to Disney. But at the same time, it's sort of dubious. For what reason would Disney not like to deliver this film? Was it not in accordance with their marking the maker? Even cases that he had gotten excessively frantic to share his message, that there was a period where he almost put the film online with the expectation of complimentary. We send many messages from various individuals. Nothing. So you have two choices. Possibly you surrender, call your financial backers. I did what I could. We should put this film on YouTube free of charge. However, at that point, I figured they might drop it. So would it be advisable for me? I put it on my Facebook. They might drop it as well. So I was truly baffled. Luckily for the group, Heavenly Messenger Studios came around and got the film and this prepared for its possible dramatic delivery. Now the film has been causing a raving success in the cinematic world, and moviegoers to appear to be very satisfied to at last be seeing the film, paying little mind to the amount others had attempted to drive it into the shadows before the film had been delivered. Hollywood had expected one more disheartening year. Due to failing to meet expectations, superhuman films, computer game variations, and spin-offs getting negative surveys anyway, Industry assumptions were upset by the surprising and less popular thrill ride that was zeroing in on youngsters' government assistance up to this point. The film has acquired 85.5 million bucks at North American performance centers in only 14 days since its delivery multiple times its 14.5 million bucks spending plan. It even easily outperformed expensive blockbusters like Indiana Jones and The Dial of Fate. It resembles while Hollywood is attempting its hardest to supposedly gatekeep the film, the general population is attempting to get a look of the story with its bolting assume the genuine story of a previous government specialist safeguarding kids from the grip of Colombian hoodlums. You'd figure it would be the sort of film that everybody could get behind. However, some way or another, it has been transformed into a conflict between individuals who really need to see the film and receive message and individuals don't believe anybody should see it. Some have showered the film with acclaim for addressing a segment of regular America that they say has been scorned by Hollywood elites, and others have called it a selecting device for the extreme right that advances the QAnon paranoid notion about a cabal of strays from Hollywood, a kidney youngsters, and collecting their blood. What's nearly, however, fascinating as the actual film may be the response it appears to incite from the traditional press that appeared not entirely set in stone to destroy it at any expense, said English spine chiller essayist Will Jordan in a positive survey presented on his 1.8 million endorser YouTube station. The basic consumer, however, these movies are made out of hysterias. They're made out of counterfeit measurements. Will Jordan was bringing up the way that large news stations were attempting to make the film less significant by either calling it a trick made by the famous Cunin or conspicuously disregarding it. I mean, you'd think a film that reveals insight into the secret bad dream of kid dealing would be a really honorable objective deserving of help. Notwithstanding its significant message, the film was truly shot way back in 2018 with subsidizing from Mexican financial backers, and it was initially booked for discharge by 20th Century Fox. Yet that arrangement was dropped when Disney purchased the studio in 2019, preparing for Heavenly Messenger Studios to step in. The fundamental merchant for the film was truly web-based entertainment and verbal exchange, and the people who heard from others about it rushed venues to see it. We're receiving messages from everywhere the nation educating us concerning hacked venues, sold-out theaters, and unconstrained, deeply heartfelt applauses for the film in various areas, said Brandon Purdy, Holy Messengers, head of dramatic conveyance. Seeing this film has turned into a must thanks to mind-boggling informal exchange. While the film has seen such great numbers in the movies, it has been condemned for misrepresenting the issue of following. And in light of the contention encompassing star Jim Caviezel played Jesus in Mel Gibson's The Enthusiasm of the Christ in 2004. Jim himself has tended to a few quantum occasions and evidently advanced the paranoid fear that the culprits depleted their casualties' blood for the chemical it drove, trusting it to be a mixture that wards off maturing analysis of the film, which co-stars Oscar champ Mira Sorvino has set the customary diversion media in opposition to the film opening up to the world about crowds granting it an ideal score of 100 on Bad Tomatoes and Anna Moore on Film Score. Clearly, there were pessimistic surveys from standard liberal outlets like Assortment, the New York Times, and The Watchman, which called it quan and nearby or downright dull. To no large number of grown-ups will retain sound of opportunity, this vigilant fever dream, and leave away reasoning themselves better educated on a covered-up civilizational emergency. Well, it's significantly discouraging, said Moving Stone, going up to individuals like a youngster meanders in the road, they get them in a van, and they're gone. It's anything but a scheme scholar for them to say that it's QAnon. And it's phony. It's like they don't need individuals meddling with their flood of kids. The vast majority of general society has seen the analysis and guaranteed that Mel Gibson was correct when he said that Hollywood sifted what was to be seen since, while it was being censured another film called Sweeties. that had additionally been very disputable had been lauded. Will Jordan guaranteed he sees pietism in the analysis, differentiating the issues with the film with the help nonconformists gave sweeties. The 2020 Netflix show blamed for hypersexualizing little youngsters. A film advises us that despite the fact that there are a ton parcel of terrible individuals in this world, doing the most obviously terrible things possible, there are additionally still great men battling to deal with them. He said the film's prosperity has occurred from individuals advising individuals to go see this film since Hollywood has attempted to channel it and assaulted in numerous ways. And the crowd are the ones that emerged and guarded it because of a grassroots promoting effort sound of opportunity, is the 10-page most noteworthy netting film of 2023 in the